Charleston has fought flooding for decades, but the solution may just be hiding beneath your feet. The Army Corps of Engineers is moving to fix the city of Charleston's historic brick arch stormwater system. But first, they'd like to hear from you.
Live 5's Victoria Blair spoke with the Army Corps of Engineers and the city of Charleston about why this project could make Charleston more resilient and how you can weigh in before construction begins.
After over 150 years, this brick arch stormwater system is in need of much needed repairs, and the Army Corps of Engineers is calling on the community for your input on this project.
Over time, that stormwater system has deteriorated, and by rehabilitating this stormwater system, it'll provide some much needed flood mitigation in certain parts of the city of Charleston.
If you've driven through downtown Charleston after a heavy rain or even a high tide, you know the drill. Streets flood, traffic stops, emergency vehicles can't get through. But engineers say this project could help change that by rehabilitating brick arches that date back to the 19th century.
It was built in the 1800s to carry infected waste away from the city as part of the yellow fever epidemic.
Over time, these historic bricks have become the backbone of Charleston's stormwater system. But after centuries of tidal water, sediment buildup, and crumbling mortar, it's time for improvements.
It improves the hydraulics in the system and helps alleviate the flooding downtown. And it also is a hazard if the arch starts collapsing. We need to make sure that the roadway will also collapse. We need to make sure that doesn't happen.
And instead of creating a new system, crews will restore what's already there, lining the arches with a reinforced concrete coating and replacing 23 manholes along Calhoun, Cumming, and Trad streets.
It's faster, it's much more cost effective, as well as it minimizes disruptions above ground.
The total price tag on this project is $12.625 million, with Congress funding 75% of the project and the city itself contributing 25%.
Anytime federal funds are used on infrastructure projects, you have to follow the National Historic Preservation Act. And so I, as an archaeologist, am helping to ensure that we document the historic brick arch system before any modern technologies are used to help preserve the brick arch system.
Engineers estimate construction will start this fall and last around 18 months. But before a single brick is touched, they want your thoughts on this project and environmental assessment.
We want to ensure that the stormwater project will provide a benefit for the community in the future. So that's something that we want to all plan and ensure and design before we get into construction.
The public comment period for this project ends on May 10th. For more information and how to share your thoughts, head to live5news.com. In the newsroom, Victoria Blair, Live 5 News.